What's up, guys? So I wanted to show you and talk about shoulder pressing, in particular overhead shoulder press. First and foremost, what muscles are we trying to target with this? Primarily your anterior delts right here. Your delts have three parts: anterior delt, lateral, rear delt, or posterior delt. And so in this muscle, this exercise, your posterior is really just there as a stabilizer, but we're working a little bit of your lat and then a lot of your anterior ones. So before I have Viva bring it up, one of the things you'll really have to play with is, as with all these, is the angles, right? So one of the things I don't want, or I typically don't want to recommend, is having the chair be at a straight 90-degree angle where you're sitting nice and tall and you're having to kind of go really far out, and it's just not very comfortable. And you also, we're going to limit your range of motion and what your shoulder can do. So if you literally have to do that just because of the nature of the bench, then I would have you scoot your butt forward a little bit to kind of create a bit of a lean back. It kind of does it for us, so that's okay. One of the things to look out for is not leaning back so far that it just turns into an incline chest press. It's not the same exercise, even though you will work shoulders in an incline chest press. So we'll go ahead and get those weights up. Next thing is the angle of her elbows here. So one thing we don't want is like really far stretched out, because your elbows are not gonna love you. You won't have a good range of motion. So elbows are slightly in, no matter if you're doing a machine, Smith, free weights or whatever. So you're gonna go ahead and go up, press up, boom, and then come back down. One thing you'll notice is she's not fully locking out her elbows. So show lockout. A lockout is like, boom, they're resting at this point. She doesn't feel great, but they're resting. So keep that slightly out, come on down. And then one of the things that you can do as well is, if you notice it's really, really tough in this bottom position on your triceps, like you just feel weak, cool. Don't go there, just stay in this range of motion here, right? So we're trying to take your triceps out of the equation, target your shoulders. Eventually, yeah, we can go a little deeper, trying to get more of a stretch out of your shoulders here. But if you don't got it, you don't got it. So go ahead and rack it up. So yeah, so that's the biggest thing. A lot of times when I first program this for people, they say, man, this is tough. This is so hard. And a lot of times I have them send me a video of what they're doing, and they're coming here and they're coming all the way down here just because they're flexible and they can do that, I guess. And so you can see the angle I'm creating. It's a lot of tricep stretch there, right? We're not trying to work your triceps here. We're trying to work your shoulders. So I want you to go down as far enough, right? So you can get a nice good stretch of your shoulders without using a lot of tricep, and then keep that tension. This is actually a big reason why I like doing this on a Smith or even a machine, because it's really stable and I can really kind of play with the angle enough to where I feel like, okay, yeah, I'm using a little bit of tricep and that's okay, but I'm trying to mitigate that, limit that, so I can target my shoulders. So once again, as a setup cue, make sure you're leaning back just a hair. And so if you have to move your butt forward and lean back, or if you can, do that with the bench, that's fine. And then your elbows are slightly tucked in, and we're trying to get the range of motion out of your shoulder here. And so keeping things here, not letting ourselves be locked out at the top, and coming down for whatever you got. Once again, if you can't go all the way down because your triceps, just can't do it, that's fine. Stay in this top half of the range of motion, progress, and then eventually you'll get stronger there too. So this is an overhead shoulder press. If you have any questions,